Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Quran Precision. In this video, we're going to talk about lightness and when to apply it in your recitation. In a previous video, we talked about heaviness, and we talked about how there are 7 letters that are always heavy. Kha, Sad, Dad, Ghain, Ta, Qaf, and Dha. There are also some letters that are sometimes light and sometimes heavy, and those are Alif, Lam, and Ra. The remaining letters are always light. So that's the majority of the letters, they will always be light. So to get a feel of what this lightness should feel like and sound like, think of the words cats, fan, happy, sad, back. You might say these words differently, but try to say it the way that I'm saying it. Even if you're making fun of me, say it how I'm saying it. Cats, fan, happy, sad, back. When you see a light letter, the vowel that's following it will always be light as well. Okay, so here we have a ba with a fatha. You're gonna say ba, ba. The ba is light and the vowel after it is also light. We're never going to say ba, ba. It's always light. Ba, nu, ka, fa. Alright, so your takeaway from this video is to keep light sounds light and heavy sounds heavy. Always. Okay. So let's do some practice words from the Quran. The first word we say all the time because it's in the Fatiha, and that's mustaqim. Mustaqim. We want to make sure to keep this ta light. The tendency is to say something like mustaqim, ta, ta. Keep the ta light. Mustaqim. Okay, so focus on those light letters. Samad, Samad. Tendency is to make that meme heavier and say something like Samad. Keep it light. Samad, Samad. Okay. Al-Shab, Al-Shab. So we want to keep that hamza light and also keep that ha light as well. You'll find that in a lot of words, the heavy letter kind of ends up coloring the entire word. Okay, we don't want to let that happen. We want to keep the light sounds light and the heavy sounds heavy. Al-Shab. Ka'asfin. Ka'asfin. So we don't want to make this ayn heavy, and you don't want to make that kaf heavy as well. Ka'asfin. Tattali'u. Tattali'u. The tendency is to make this ta heavier, and it'll sound more like tattali'u, tattali'u, ta, ta. Keep it light. Tattali'u. Here we have a lam that's light in the middle of 2 heavy letters. So we want to keep the heavy letters heavy and the light letter light. Khalaqa, khalaqa. You don't want to say khalaqa, la, la. Keep the lam light. La, khalaqa. It's important to remember which sounds are light and which sounds are heavy, and then to remember to keep the light sounds light and the heavy sounds heavy, for a couple of reasons. First, when we're reciting the Quran, we want to make sure to keep everything we're saying as clear as we possibly can. Okay? So we don't want there to be confusion as to what we were saying. Okay? We also don't want to accidentally change the meaning of what we're saying. So here you're going to see pairs of words that are very similar to each other, and you'll see how just changing the heaviness and the lightness can completely change the meaning of the word. Teen. Teen means fig. If we take that ta and make it a little bit heavier, we'll come out with something that sounds a little bit more like teen, which means clay. So teen is fig, teen is clay. Kul is eat, kul. If we take that kaf and we make it a little bit heavier, it'll sound a little bit more like qul, which means say. So kul, qul. Okay. And this example is one that a lot of people like to use to kind of show the difference between heavy sounds and light sounds. Qalb means heart, qalb, with a heavy qaf. If we take that heaviness away, it'll turn into something more like kalb, which means dog. Qalb, kalb. We're going to practice keeping light sounds light and heavy sounds heavy while reciting Suratul Fil. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل. Pay attention to a couple things in this ayah. You want to keep this ta light while keeping this ra heavy. Tara, ta, tara. You don't want to say tara, tara. Keep the ta light. Tara. Okay. In the word ashab, you want to keep this hamza light, heavy sad, and then keep the ha light as well. بأصحاب الفيل ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل. Pay attention to this ta. Keep the ta light while keeping the dad heavy. تضليل. You don't want to say تضليل, ta, ta. تضليل. وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل. Keep this hamza light, heavy ra, light sin. وأرسل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل. Light ta, heavy ra. Tar. Don't want to say tar, tarmihim. Keep the ta light. Tarmihim. Okay. Here we have a heavy ra. We don't want this ra, the heaviness of the ra, to color the rest of the word. So you don't want to say hijara, hijara. Keep this jim light. بحجارة, بحجارة. فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. Light kaf, light ayn, heavy sad. Don't let the heaviness of the sad color the rest of the word. كعصف. Let's do the whole surah again. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And if you're looking for more learning and practice, go to speechprecision.com to schedule your free pronunciation assessment. I'll be able to tell you exactly what you need to improve your Quran recitation and pronunciation.